Have you ever met someone who seems calm on the outside, but you can tell they've been through battles you'll never fully understand? Someone who rarely complains, rarely asks for help, and somehow keeps moving forward no matter what life throws at them. These are often people who have gone through too much. And while every person's story is different, psychology tells us that difficult experiences can leave deep marks on the mind. Sometimes those marks become scars that never completely disappear. They shape how people think, feel, trust, love, and even how they see themselves. One of the most common psychological traits of people who have been through a lot is emotional self-reliance. After experiencing repeated disappointments, betrayals, losses, or hardships, many learn a simple lesson: they can only depend on themselves. As a result, they may appear incredibly strong. They handle problems alone, rarely ask for support, and often carry burdens silently. To others, they look independent. But beneath that independence is often a fear that no one will truly understand or be there when they need help. Another interesting psychological effect is hypervigilance. This is when the brain becomes constantly alert for potential danger or problems. People who have faced significant emotional pain often develop a habit of expecting something to go wrong. Even during peaceful moments, part of their mind remains on guard. Their brain has learned from experience that life can change unexpectedly, so it constantly scans for warning signs. This isn't pessimism, it's often a survival mechanism. Many people who have suffered deeply also become experts at reading emotions. They can notice subtle changes in facial expressions, tone of voice, or body language that others completely miss. Why? Because their brains spent years trying to predict emotional situations and avoid pain. Over time, they became highly sensitive observers of human behavior. This heightened awareness can make them empathetic and understanding. They often know exactly when someone is hurting because they've spent so much time understanding pain themselves. But here's something surprising. People who have gone through too much often struggle to accept kindness. Compliments may make them uncomfortable. Genuine support may feel suspicious. Acts of care can seem unfamiliar. Psychologists believe this happens because difficult experiences can shape a person's expectations. When someone becomes used to disappointment, positive treatment can feel unusual or even confusing. Their mind may wonder, why are they being nice to me? Or what do they want in return? Trust becomes complicated. Another common trait is emotional exhaustion hidden behind a smile. Many people who have endured years of stress become skilled at appearing okay even when they aren't. They learn to function while carrying emotional weight that others never see. They go to work. They attend social gatherings. They laugh at jokes. But inside, they may be fighting battles no one knows about. This is one reason psychologists often remind us that we never truly know what someone is carrying beneath the surface. Interestingly, hardship can also create remarkable resilience. Resilience doesn't mean a person never struggles. It doesn't mean they don't cry or feel overwhelmed. It means they continue moving forward despite those feelings. People who have survived difficult chapters often develop a unique confidence. Not the loud confidence that seeks attention, but a quiet confidence that says, "I've survived worse." This inner strength comes from experience, not comfort. However, resilience comes with a hidden cost. Many people who have gone through too much become uncomfortable with vulnerability. They may keep others at a distance, avoid sharing personal struggles, or change the subject when conversations become emotional. Deep down, opening up can feel risky. Past experiences may have taught them that being vulnerable led to rejection, disappointment, or pain. So instead, they build emotional walls. The problem is that those walls don't just keep pain out, they can also keep connection out. Another fascinating psychological pattern is that people who have suffered greatly often become extremely compassionate. Having experienced hardship firsthand, they understand what it feels like to be lost, lonely, afraid, or broken. As a result, they are often the first to help others. They're the ones who listen, the ones who check in, the ones who stay when everyone else leaves. Sometimes the people who offer the most comfort are the same people who secretly need comfort themselves. Perhaps the most important thing to understand is that surviving difficult experiences changes people, but it does not define them. Pain becomes part of their story, but it doesn't have to become their identity. Many people who have gone through tremendous struggles eventually develop wisdom, empathy, emotional intelligence, and strength that they never imagined possible. Their scars become evidence not of weakness, but of survival. So the next time you meet someone who seems distant, guarded, unusually independent, or quietly strong, remember this. You may be looking at someone who has fought battles you cannot see. Someone who learned to survive when life became difficult. Someone who carries invisible scars while continuing to move forward. And sometimes, the strongest people in the room are not the loudest, the happiest, or the most confident. They're simply the ones who refused to give up, even after going through more than most people will ever know. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And tell us in the comments, what do you think is the biggest psychological change that happens when someone goes through too much? We'd love to hear your thoughts.